Good morning, everybody. It's Mark here. Had a little disaster. That's not too bad, I hope. My tomato plants got blown over in the wind. This is the rose. It got pretty heavy. And see what happened here is looks like my stick broke. Oh, look, check these tomatoes out here. This is really a nice sized tomato. Let me get down here where you can see it better. Look at that baby. Here's another one. 3 nice big ones here. I'll slice one of these open a little bit later and you can see the inside. Probably save the seeds from this bottom one. Got more coming. This is an heirloom type. Are they doing good? Got my heavier stake here. The sun shines to my back. Here's a couple other ones that are pretty good sized tomatoes. I haven't grown these for a long time. This one's called Mule Team. The reason I haven't grown these very much is they're not real productive as far as quantity goes. They look pretty good though. Nice big green one in there. Up, this other one here is Giant Belgium. Look at that size of that one. That is a big tomato, huh? Have to do a weigh-in on that baby. Nothing special doing on them. So that's about that. I'm gonna fix that. I think maybe I'm gonna have to Photoshop one of these with me in it. Actually, I don't have Photoshop. It's Element 6, but it's a pretty good program. There's the yellow pear. This thing's a monster. It's getting a little bit of something going on with the leaves there. Otherwise, it looks pretty healthy. The other ones are doing good. Moon glow. Picked a couple of ripe ones off of there yesterday. There's this. That one looks like it's starting to lean too. I'll have to make sure that don't fall over. So, out for now. Well, I got my tomato plant back up. Knocked this one off trying to get it up. Should have been doing a video of that. That ended up being a circus. Had my sledgehammer and found the stake in out of reach once I got it up. So here's the tomato. Just weighed that downstairs on my scale. It's 1 pound and 0.7 ounces. So we'll just call it 1 pound. I'm going to use this one for seeds. It's good if you got several different plants of the same variety we can get seeds from, but I only got 2 plants out there. I'll be saving more seeds. This one got knocked off, got kind of damaged. So I'll slice this baby open. You'll see how nice it looks inside, I hope. Should look nice. Oh yeah, look at that baby. Now if you like a meaty tomato, there it is. Let's get in there good and close. Just look at that baby. I'll bring that up there. Oh. There you go. Now that's a meaty tomato. If you like good meaty tomatoes, one slice of that is going to be bigger than your burger. And that's not a really huge one. I got a picture of my wife holding one from a couple of years ago. I put that still in there. See how nice that one looks. Okay, so I'll put this back down here, and this is a real simple procedure. There's different ways that people like to do this. Some will just take the seeds out and just let them dry. What I do, take these seeds out of here. It's really kind of a shame. Not too many seeds in one of these, so you get what you get. So I'll be saving more seeds. As a matter of fact, I think my hands are clean enough. I'll be able to eat part of that. I'm just going to scoop them out. Seedier tomato. I don't want to get a whole lot of meat in there, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now some people would just take those seeds, kind of rinse them off a little bit, put them on a paper towel, and I didn't really get very many in there. But this we will then take some water. Get some water here. Put a little water in there just to keep it from drying out, and I'm gonna stir it up. This will actually start fermenting after a few days. Rot, basically. And it's gonna get kind of stinky, so I'm gonna leave it outside. But what happens when you do this, two things. Number one, if you've ever taken tomato seeds out of a tomato, they got like a gelatinous coating around them. Makes them a little bit hard to deal with. The other and as this decays, what's going to happen is that gelatinous coating will start to break apart, break off of there. The other thing, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I started doing this, this is what I read. By doing this, the bacteria or whatever, the fungus or molds or whatever that's breaking this down actually kills any bacteria that might have been on your tomatoes. And I hope that's true. I've been doing this. I've saved seeds from tomatoes for a long time. Seems to hold true. Easy to save. Tomato plants, like I said before, one of my videos, plant them about 4 feet apart. Very unlikely that they're going to cross with one another. They self-pollinate. So there's some seeds for next year. Okay, days later here, I picked this giant Belgium. You know how big that baby is. This is a 6-inch ruler here. Couldn't find my other thing, but looks like it's about 6 inches. And we're going to weigh that. I got my scale here. I picked that up from work a while back. They were getting rid of some stuff, and I'm going to put that right in there. And we're going to weigh that. I'll get that focused in. So, reset it. He screws around with the thing. Okay, we'll put the tomato on there. And we got it right on there. Nothing else on there. 1 pound, 13.2 ounces. Scale is accurate. Picked that scale up for $5. That was a pretty good deal. And we're going to cut that thing open and see how it looks inside. Let's put it back over here on the cutting board. This one here I'm going to save the seeds from. It's a little bad spot on the bottom. Left it go a little too long. We want to take a look in there. A seed that I grew this plant from, it had to be 10 years old or so. I bought them a long time ago. I hadn't really grown them because they weren't real productive, but not bad, huh? Let's see that baby. Hope the color in the camera comes out good. It's a green background. Okay. Enough said for that. You don't have to watch me take the seeds out. Looks like I'll get a little more seed out of that one than the rose. And I'll give it a taste test here. And I got a Mule Team over here. Got a bad spot on it. Nowhere near as big as this, but I'm going to just take a little taster. Not bad. A little bit overripe. Got a chunk of it here once. That's one big tomato can. Okay, this is the Mule Team. Let's see if we got her in there good. Nowhere near as big as that, but this is another one I hadn't grown for years. And oh, there was Dexter. Thinks he wants to go outside. I'll put that on the scale. Let's see what that weighs. This feels a little more solid. 12.1 ounces. So that's not too bad, I guess. Nice sized tomato. And we'll cut that one open quick here before my battery dies. Yeah, I had a bad spot, so that's definitely going to be a seed tomato. Ooh, don't look too bad except for the bad spot. Yeah, good. I made it worse. So that would be a good, looks like a good hamburger tomato, don't it? I got a tomato website out there. I was gonna document all these little tomatoes, different tomatoes, and I'll put the link down below. I haven't done anything with it for years. And this one side don't look too rotten. I'm pretty either stupid or brave, I don't know, but we'll taste it. I think it should be okay. So. Anyway, there you go. You want to grow, and the big one there, that Belgium, didn't do anything special. Just growing on the old vine, just like anything else. I suppose if you really wanted to try to grow giant tomatoes and went through that whole process of how they do that, I've never done it. It seemed like too much work, too much screwing around. You could probably get a pretty good sized tomato out of there if you wanted to go that route. Hey Dexter, let's take a look at Dexter here. Dexter is our... Hey Dexter, hey. He's a Cornish Rex, nothing wrong with him. He wants to go outside. Not really an outside cat, but I've been taking him out and now he's getting a little spoiled. Dexter, hey, come on. Come on up here, Dexter. Dexter, he's about 13 years old, I guess. Okay, that's enough of Dexter. I've had my seeds sitting for a few days, and these are different. The ones we had a little bit earlier were rose. This is giant Belgium, and I got them in the container. There was a little layer of mold on there and scum. I took that off. Don't really need to see that. Usually I do this in a utility sink or sometimes outside, but for this video here we're going to do them right in the kitchen sink. See, I remember I put the seeds in there, tried to keep as much pulp out as I could, put some water in there, and we leave them sit, and they'll start to ferment and get kind of moldy and work a little bit like that. What that does is kills off any of the bacteria that might have been on the tomato seed, cerium, wilt, and different things that tomatoes are susceptible to. And also this breaks down, doing it this way, breaks down the little gel coating on the tomato seeds. So we're going to dump some of this out of there, being careful not to dump seeds out. Any seeds that are floating are probably bad. It's not worth trying to save every seed if they want to come out. Most of these look pretty good. This is a pretty good tomato, this giant Belgium. It's a big tomato, similar to the rose. It's not as nicely formed, it's a little bit more, kind of, shape isn't as good. So I'm just going to rinse these off. And get a little spoon here. Just kind of rinse them off. And hopefully all the bad stuff starts floating to the top. And as seeds seem to sink a little faster, so as soon as they start sinking, just start pouring off the stuff. It isn't absolutely necessary that we get this completely cleaned up, but we like to get as much of the stuff off as we can. And these are starting to look pretty good, so we'll just had these sitting downstairs. I had four of these going with different seeds. See, there's some kind of floating there. I'm not going to worry too much if they go on. Okay, a little more water in there. Take my nasty little sieve here, or sieve, dump them in there, and make sure we get all the seeds out of there. And rinse them off once through here. And pat some of this water off of there just to get some of the excess off. Now these are going to want to clump together a little bit. You notice tomato seeds tend to have a kind of a fuzzy coating on them even when they're done. So we're going to spread these out a little, and when those dry, then I'll take them and pull them apart. Most of them will be able to just take and rub like that there and they'll come apart, but notice like some of these are sticking. They might not want to come apart real easy, but there you go. Make sure you don't get your seeds mixed up. And here's some rose I just did a little while ago. And test video here. Sounded a little stupider than I usually do on that one, so I redid it with these giant Belgiums. There you have it. Seeds for next year. Next several years, you keep seeds. I've noticed tomato seeds, I've had those for, saved them for 7-8 years. Like I say, I think this giant Belgium and the other one that I had, the Mule Team, I believe the seeds that I planted for them were maybe 10 years old. I might have planted about half dozen of each and only a couple actually germinated, but it just goes to show you if you can keep these seeds in a good, cool, dry place, dark, tomato seeds do last a very long time.